Hi guys, my name is Dylan. I am a firefighter for San Carlos Park Fire Rescue and Service District down in Fort Myers. I'd like to thank everybody for letting me come today. I'm here to talk to you guys about fire safety and what you can do to prevent burns and honestly to teach you what to do if you come into contact with fire or smoke in your house or at your school. First off, I'd like to thank the teachers here that are able to let me come and talk to you guys and answer any questions you might have. So a little bit about me. I've been a firefighter for roughly 6 years now, and I love what I do. I love coming to the schools and talking to you kids about what you can do to keep you and your family safe. It's something that keeps me going day after day, in addition to doing the job itself. Does anybody know what I do on a daily basis? That's right. I go to fires, I go to medical calls, we go to car accidents, sporting events to make sure none of the athletes get hurt. We do a wide variety of services for the community. My department in specific, we also maintain sprinkler systems, do major inspections for businesses, and we come to your school to make sure that everything is working properly. So if there is a fire, you guys know that you are safe and that we can show up and make sure everything that's technical is working properly. So once again, I've been in the fire service for about 5 years. I love my job, and like I said, I'm going to teach you guys of how to avoid some fire danger in your life. Exactly. So, a few statistics to start us off. Does anybody know, has anybody here ever been burnt by anything before? Okay, what did you get burned by? Some hot water? Okay. Anybody else? Hot pavement? Hot pavement will definitely burn your feet, exactly. Well, I'm here to tell you guys that 65% of all burns in children under 14 years old occur to 500 children throughout the year. So more than 500 children get burned by specific items in their house that causes them to go to the hospital. It causes me to show up and treat you and try to calm you and your family down, and we take you to the hospital so that the doctors can fix you. So does anybody know of any other objects that might cause a burn? Okay, the pavement, the hot water, exactly. What else? Anybody else? Pots and pans, exactly. Pots and pans are very common to scald, you and your peers here by people reaching up and grabbing the pots. Some of those pots have hot food, hot water. And it could cause serious burns and cause you to go to the hospital, exactly. Some other items that you guys should be aware of and try to avoid would be matches, lighters, propane tanks, the part that your dad uses or mom uses when you grill for 4th of July. You want to stay clear of those. Any gas cans that may be sitting in the garage, or pots and pans. Those are the most common items in your house that can cause you to go to the hospital for a burn. And we want you guys to understand that if you can avoid those objects while they're being used, unless there's an adult around, that would be most beneficial for you guys. Let's see. Now, does anybody know what you're supposed to do in a fire? If you find yourself to have a fire in your home, what are you supposed to do? Nope, you're not supposed to hide. You can't hide. Nope. We'll get to that. Go outside. Exactly. The first and foremost thing you guys want to do is get out of the home. Okay? Even if you don't see your parents around or your brother or your sister, just your first priority is to just get out of the home, because we don't want you guys to breathe in that nasty smoke that could cause you to go to sleep or pass out or lose consciousness. Now, do you guys know what happens if you come into contact with fire or one of the objects I just discussed? If you find yourself with a flame on your clothes or on your hair or anything, or you know what's supposed to do? Stop, drop, and roll. Exactly. Stop, drop, and roll is you're essentially taking the oxygen out of the fire so the fire gets smothered completely. They're therefore giving you more time to get out of the home. Exactly. Exactly. Now, what can you do to prevent a burn? Exactly. No, don't grab pots and pans like we discussed. You're going to avoid matches and lighters. Okay, good. Wear shoes, walking on the pavement. Exactly. Good job. Okay. Now, what do you do if you see smoke or fire in your house? Exactly. Get out. You need to get out of the home or the building as soon as you can. Now, what you guys want to do before you come into that contact, I'm going to give you some paperwork. I want you to go home and give it to your parents so that you guys can come up with an escape plan. And what I have here is my escape plan. See, this is a layout of my home. And if you can look here, there is some highlighter pink of exits where I can get out of my home. Now, if you're in your home, you can use doors to get out. You can use your windows, screen doors, whatever you need to do to get out of that house. You need to get out of the house if you see smoke or fire. Now, once I give you guys this paperwork, I want you guys to draw a line and see how you can get out of your house. Draw your house and see where your bedroom is, and if there's a fire, the fastest way that you can get out of your house. And I want you to take this layout and give it to your parents, and I want you to tell them that to go over a escape plan, a meeting spot. For example, if there's a fire and you are all out of the house, where are you going to meet? My suggestion is that you meet at the mailbox in the front yard. The mailbox is pretty far from the house, so you shouldn't be in any danger from fire or smoke. If you don't have a mailbox, like an apartment complex or a condo or a big building that you don't have, individual houses, meet at the stairwell. The stairwell will be the closest place for you both to exit the building. Exactly. Okay. Does anybody have any questions so far? No? Okay, good. Now, I also gave Mrs. Smith here some paperwork for some resources for you guys to watch a few videos. They're educational in nature, and your teacher here, Mrs. Smith, is going to play them as soon as I leave, which is going to reiterate what I just told you guys. So once again, if you find yourself in smoke or fire in your house, what are you going to do? Stop, drop, and roll. Exactly. Now, then what do you want to do? You want to go outside. And what's the last thing that you want to do? You want to call 911. Exactly. Does everybody know how to call 911 on a smartphone? Good. Okay, good. So you hit the emergency red button and then you dial 911. Exactly. Now, if you don't have a smartphone and your parents have a flip phone, obviously you can just hit the buttons 911 and then the call button. One of those videos that I provided to Mrs. Smith is going to go into more detail with that. So we can do that shortly after I leave. And I'm going to pass out these escape plans, and I want you guys to draw your bedroom, and you're going to hand it back to me, and we're going to go over it. I'm going to pick a few, and we're going to go over it. Does anybody else have any questions for me before we get started? Okay. All right. Go ahead and get started on those drawings there.